Hey everybody, welcome back to D-Zoned. You might be thinking things look a little different this time. Well, my friend, you are an you are observant. Yeah, awesome. I was gonna say astute observer, but see, there you go. Worked first try there. Whatever, anyway, you know what channel you're on. That's why we can't do English around these parts. So, what I'm doing here, I have a collection of a whole bunch of levels spanning 4 episodes. 4 episodes. Yeah, I put together my own little shovelware-WAD, bitches. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. This is invade1.wad. And as you can see, it's the original map. Okay, so here's how the, this is a little loud. Still have the volume up from Liminal Doom. But you have E1M1, that's the slot in dzone 100 or dzoned 100.wad. You have invade1.wad, original file name, E1M1. It was E1M1 and invade1, so there you go. Makes sense? Perfect. So this WAD will be available for download. The music and everything is baked in. It has UMAP info. It's just it's amazing and stuff. Doesn't have intermission text, but you know, we'll just pretend this takes place in part of the Doom storyline. Oh wow, this is one spicy meatball. Of course, then again, this map does have like 333 kills. What am I doing? Alright, there we go. Yeah, that whole hit scanning plus lack of armor, there's the armor. Alright. Yeah, we got plenty of health on the other side. Everything's fine. It's all good. So we are playing this on Ultra Violence, of course, because... Oh, wow. We're already getting teleport traps. Yeah, I gotta say, this is a pretty spicy meatball so far. I like it. It's one of those cases where makes me really miss the super shotgun. Alright, let's not die in the first room, shall we? That'd be very embarrassing. Man, they're still teleporting in. Holy crap. Okay. There we go. So essentially, the way that I put this together is I had the WADinator just, well, do its WADinating thing quite a few times. So, yeah. We've got one episode replacement in here. Episode 2 is actually a quote-unquote replacement. I have a feeling it's probably... Hello. I have a feeling it's probably one of those things where it's just a compilation WAD. Kind of like what I made here, Lamau. But I'm not sure. No text file. Why would there be a text file? What's a text file anyway? Says the person who's not going to be reading text files in this playthrough. Ah, you know, do as I say, not as I do. Oh, hi. So I'm guessing that... Okay. I wonder if there's any goodies in these. Oh, no, pretty... So far, this is a bit spicy, and I'm kind of liking it. I'm guessing the ones that didn't have anything in them are probably co-op spawn things. Jeez, so is everything teleporting out there too? So the general plan is to do... balls. Oh, shoot. How? I'm assuming that switch opened that door. I couldn't open it myself, so, it also looks like that switch might be a switch 1. Or one-time use switch, which would not be ideal. Okay. Jeez, there's just... I just keep hearing things wake up. It's kind of scary. I like it. So anyway, the plan is to do 1 episode per day for 4 days. 4 days of D-Zone. So pretty much this isn't going to be the absolute shit show that D-Zone 50 is. Well... Judging by this one alone. Oh, probably shouldn't have grabbed that yet. Oh well. Balls. But, I don't know. We'll see. I also just realized I never actually passed in the pistol start parameter. That's probably not ideal. Well, whatever. Whoa. Mamma mia. I wonder if there's a... I don't remember the UMAP spec. I wonder if there's a way to bake that into the UMAP info file, because I do have one or one WAD thingy-mabopper. It's like a 2-level thing, and it's like in cases like that, you don't really want pistol start, because it's possible that it could just fly in the face of what the author intends, but... yeah, I don't know. Not really sure what to do about episode 2. I'm pretty sure that is a third-party compilation WAD, so probably not a big deal. It's one hell of a combat chamber, gotta say. There'd be tomatoes everywhere, and a spicy boy up there. And I only have a shotgun, so, it's a bit on the tedious side. Well, at least there's some infighting with that Baron, I think. It's hard to tell. There's so many things happening just above me. Oh no, sorry, there's multiple Barons. What was I thinking? Alright, well. Oh, okay. Wow. It's getting hit from... jeez. This is actually kind of... this part's actually kind of ruining the map a little bit. It's like you're getting hit by things that are above you. And these guys are also preventing you from getting away from the Barons, who you really don't want to have to kill with a shotgun, although it kind of seems like that might be the intent. Because all I'm seeing are shells and occasionally bullets. The problem with the whole bullets thing is there's no chain gun, at least as far as I can gather, although there are 7 secrets, and... oh, thank you. Just walked over a line def and the lights went on. That'll be handy for dealing with these guys. There's only room for one Spectre in this WAD. So, there. Yeah. What else do we have? Just those Barons. God, do I really have to do this? This is so tedious. Alright, so I see 2. I think there might be one on the other side, though, so, that's great. Well, hey, they gave me about 15 bajillion shells, so, actually, no, you know what? I'm almost positive that there's a way to make it so that you map info and forces pistol start. Because I'm fairly certain... I don't know if that's just because they crossed the episode barrier, but in the UMAP info that Emma Essex put together for Lost Episodes, they did end up setting it up that way. So, I don't know. After this level, I'll give it a look, because I would like to have that in kind of an ideal state, I guess. That is, every level is a pistol start, except for those 2 that are supposedly connected. Because, I mean, these are disparate maps. Yeah. Right, well that was, unfortunately got tedious after a while, and that's a red key door, so I don't even need to be here. Wouldn't that be funny if in, like, the next area or something, I found, like, a plasma rifle or a BFG? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Wouldn't that just be a barrel of laughs? What the... wow. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, author, I don't like you. That was a bullshit trap. Alright. So you take a teleporter... actually, I'm pretty sure I was screwed. There was no way I could have gotten the red key. Alright, well. Welcome to D-Zone, ladies and gentlemen. Also, you'll notice I'm not being cheeky and playing on comp level 0. Because, yeah, the whole armor thing would be kind of nifty. As it always is. However, the problem with that is that, this replaces episode 4 stuff, and pretty sure if I used a low comp level, even with the UMAP info, it probably wouldn't let me do that very easily. Yeah, so I think the way this is laid out are the four things in the corner, or maybe not the corner, but 4 of these I think are for the player start, and the other 4 are for zombie men. Stop. I think I already got this side, but you know what? Takes a second to check. Turns out the answer is yes. Who would have thunk it? I wish this teleporter wasn't so slow. Whoa. Yeah, that doesn't open. Yeah, so it's definitely that. And that is definitely a one-time use switch. So if I run back in here for like ammo or whatever, I'm gonna have to basically blitz it. Alright. So, I mean, the visuals are cool. Oh, hello. And pop goes the imp. Okay. Pop goes all 15,000 imps. There you go. I mean, there's a lot of imps, so. I think that's where I got the blue armor, but it doesn't seem to be opening willingly right now. See, a chain gun would be perfect for this, but apparently this is one of those authors that just absolutely despised the chain gun. Also kind of seems like this, the author of this WAD sort of just despised all weapons. So, I mean, there's that. Oh, rockin' music though. I think I already actually checked all these doors. I have a feeling Switch is probably inside those blue doors, but I can't get in those. So, keep hearing a door open. I think it's one of... I wonder if that's where that... I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's just go. Let's just move. Gimme. Nope, it's another one of those things. What? Oh. Okay. A little curious, but that's okay. Everything's fine. It is all good, as they say. Yes, there's a lot of bullets, but there just doesn't seem to be a chain gun, which would be very nice. There's a lot of dark rooms, too. Be nice if it were like that one where... Okay, there we go. So you walk in and the lights go on. Will you get out of here? Thank you. Just jamming me against the wall. Okay, more imps. A lot of imps. I mean, I guess on the bright side, the author does give you a lot of ammo for the only weapon that you're allowed to use during this entire experience, apparently. I mean, the shotgun is a fine weapon, but my goodness, it gets a little old after a while. Oh, I already have max bullets. So, is there anything else in here that I need to explore? Oh, hello. There's that area up there which seems to be absolutely loaded with imps. There we go. Hey, computer area map. That's always nice. Unless it just says, "Are you lost?" Then it's a little less useful. There we go. I heard something move to my right. Might have been in a different room. There's just so many things moving and shifting that it's a little bit, it's actually kind of wild. What the hell? I think it's just because there's so many enemies awake. Imagine how this map must have ran on like a low-spec system with all these AI actors doing their AI actor things. The other thing I'm worried about is because the author, I mean, it kind of seems like that one switch in the starting room is a single-use switch. I hope that isn't a pattern, and I hope we don't soft lock as a result of that. Because wouldn't that be funny if, like, on the first map, it ended up looking generally promising, and then it ended up becoming soft lock city. I mean, I think I already soft locked once with that that red door or red key area. So where do I go now? Oh, okay. Well, the light was a clue, I see. Alright, so now we're in the dark underbelly of the base. Well, holy crap. And you know, I gotta say, if we were using the chain gun, this would be way more satisfying. Okay. bro. Yeah, this is just kind of... It gets a little tedious. Ugh. Okay. Some sort of weird texture shenanigans going on there. Come on. Alright, I need to fall back and get health, actually. There's no real... You don't really have a whole lot of room to dodge, obviously. Alright. Yeah, these guys can't open the door, so... So I'm basically screwed. So I'm starting to think at this point that my one episode per day plan might be a little optimistic. It's kind of a big level for level 1. Alright, so zip in here, zip out. I don't care. This is one of those situations where if I get trapped in here, I'm gonna clip out, because seriously. I get this impression that there's just this absolutely mammoth spawn room, and that's what's... Yeah, see, you can't dodge those things. Oh, rocket launcher. Well, I mean, those 2 rockets will be helpful later, I guess. What? Oh, yeah, of course. That's why the textures are glitching, is because the walls are walk-throughable, and the height is wrong. We're playing Heretic? What? Okay, I mean, thank you. Thankfully, the map is actually functional. I don't like that crushed corpse. What? Jeez, oh man. It's teleportation hell over here. Again, the shotgun really makes this tedious. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this yet. All these levels are actually taken from the original D-Zoned. I, did not branch through. I did not pass go. I did not collect $200. I don't know. I didn't use any of the new ones, so we don't have to worry about any lame conversions. I mean, obviously, this is all Doom 1 stuff anyway, so... I don't know. I'm just a little worried that might indicate a crusher. Well, not... Doesn't seem like it. Good God, this is, Alright, so you definitely have to find this underbelly area. Otherwise, well... Die. Thank you. Hey, fire blue. Awesome. It's... You know, if a texture could be a mascot, fire blue would be the mascot of Classic Doom. Give me a little more room to dodge, keep the door open. Especially with me being invisible. Even if it's just partially, you know. I think the only thing that's left are... Oh, hello. The only thing that was... Well, almost the only thing that was left for Pinky is there was one imp who was being a jerk. Oh! Gotcha. Where'd that... Is it that one? Okay. Yay. Chain gun! Thank you! Holy crap. That would have been very nice, like 100 or so kills ago, that's for sure. And fire blue go bye-bye. And I go cry. Yeah, we're, feels good, man. Feels so good. Is that just... I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm a little scared of those teleporters, especially after that one potentially soft-locked me. In a room with... multiple barons. Oh, shoot. That was a little bit of a waste. That's okay. Just really... Okay, so I can open it from this side. This map's progression is just weird. But I am fairly certain that with this... Where was that blue armor that I grabbed last time? Huh. Unless that's... Maybe that area is not shown on the map. I'm not I don't remember. Alright, well, let's continue going through here, I guess, and... Yeah, they really love those invisible walls, don't they? What the hell? Oh, come on. Yeah, I saw the walls moving because the textures weren't pegged right. So I knew there was a crusher. Of course, it's a slow crusher. I swear if I get got by this thing, I'm just gonna freaking IDDQT myself. Fortunately, it kind of seems like if you get to that area with a shotgun... Let me look at the ceiling real quick. Yeah, that's a safe zone. I'm assuming that lovely little switch lowers that. I mean... There we go. Jeez. Hate it. Hi. Okay. The imp closet. Not to be confused with the imp cliff. And I think... Okay, so this takes me over here, but I don't think that's really useful for me, he says as he rides the lift up. And there's no way to go back. Alright, so we just have to go around. Yay! Still just so many living imps. 'Tis overwhelming. Oh, hi. Alright, I need to go back to that area that has all those bullets. Alright. Hey now. Calm down. Okay. Jeez. We've got an infestation over here. I'll be here all day. Quite literally. It's probably gonna take a little while. So you're stuck with... Oh wait, you can just click off the video. Damn it. You can never win. Alright. Yep, can't go back that way, so I gotta go... I see navigating this map is going to be a bit on the tedious side, probably. Alright, so that just brings us back there. We don't need to do that. So we've got... Oh, blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. And that's blue. And you're an imp. Just dodge through superior speed. Awesome. Oh, okay. Actually, this brings me exactly where I need to go. So, I think. Hopefully. I'm assuming it's like adjacent to it on the map. Okay, yeah, we're good. And so we've got that. Okay, we're good on bullets for now. I'm a little worried about these teleporters. I mean, I usually am, let's be honest. I think it's one of those things where Chris Cly, like playing Chris Cly maps on Nightmare, kind of just instilled this healthy fear of teleporters in me. Yeah, it's not my fault. It's Chris Cly's fault. Hey. Dick. Over here? Yeah, this is behind that yellow key door. Alright, I think the vents are basically done and dusted. That's a lot of dudes. That is a I almost said shotgun, and I'm not sure why. That is a backpack. Backpack shotgun. They don't even... Never mind. Alright, so what is in here? Alright, so let's go ahead and see. Let's let that door close. Does this switch open that door? It does, and it's repeatable. Good. Alright, so that leads into... Is that the red key area? Yeah, that is. So what's that up there? Okay. Hello. I've waited here for you ever long. That's a red key. Well, can't go there. So I guess here? It's kind of a safe bet to just start shooting when you start opening the door. Also, can't help but notice they still don't have very many rockets, so dealing with those barons later on is going to be a treat. And that's a red door. Okay. So I guess the only way in there is via teleporter. Which is, a thing. Right. So... I could have sworn, like, that blue armor thing was right here. I mean, I'm fairly certain. So what else is there? I mean, I guess maybe one of those teleporters there takes me into the red area. I mean, that would make sense. Also, looking back... Oh, I see. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save before going there. I don't want to redo this whole map again in case this ends up going poorly, as things often do. So, that was one thing. I'm trying to think of exactly where I teleported. Wait. Can I not? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and clear this room out best as I can. Of course, high damage rolls. Yay. Go away. Please. And thank you. I gotta say, is one of those things where the core of this fight is pretty alright. But it ain't perfect, that's for sure. It's just kind of got that, I don't know, it's mostly just the sponginess of everything. And relatively speaking, the lack of weapons to deal with it. Well, let's go ahead and... because I have a feeling... maybe it's more than a feeling. Yay, splash damage. But perhaps it is more than a feeling. I'm not sure yet. That teleporter that took me into what seemed to be a kind of a bullshit death trap might telefrag one of the barons. Oh god. Nope. It's just pure bullshit. Alright. Yeah, that part's kinda... that's a bit on the piss poor side, to be perfectly honest. Because it's like, you basically take that teleporter, especially if you end up going to that area prematurely, because I'm not sure, well, I don't know. Obviously I haven't gotten completely through it. Is it maybe one of those things where I took the teleporter and grabbed the red key? I really didn't notice because I was kind of concerned with other stuff. But, jeez, oh man. It's just if you do things in the wrong order, that there's no way of knowing the correct order, you just die. And I've never been a fan of that kind of design. It's just sort of, it's one of the reasons I never really got into Sierra adventure games. Because it's just, it's overly punishing for no real reason. It's like, it doesn't feel like you're solving a puzzle. It feels like you're just trying to guess the right answer. Which, I don't know. I mean, to me, that doesn't seem good. Your mileage may vary. Your opinion may differ. Right, so, there you go. Oh, God. Hold on. What's that switch there? Alright, so I guess if I just kind of go slowly down there. God, this is going to take forever. It kind of seems like just last time the Kakos ended up murking one of the barons. This time that does not seem to be the case, so we're back to doing this bullshit again. I mean, it was 3 barons, is that really necessary? Honestly. I mean, to be fair, like, I'm sure the author probably would have used Hell Knights in this situation if Doom 2 were a thing, but... I mean, you just gotta sit here and kind of just think for a brief moment Am I having fun right now? Because all I'm doing is holding the mouse button down and occasionally tapping A or D. Alright, let's grab some of those bullets that are in here. So I guess that is one thing. One thing that I might not have done last time is I just noticed that the, some of the paths raised. Really can't see these guys. At least I do have a pretty good weapon for dealing with these. Alright, let's turn the lights on real quick. When we get over there, boop, there we go. And still going. Nothing outlasts the chain gun. It keeps firing, and firing, and firing, and firing. So, yeah, down we go. Carefully. Alright, so I'm going to save real quick. No, that is not, in fact, a red key thing. I do remember seeing a switch. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I jumped, like, straight off of one side and... Jeez. Yeah, and that didn't work, so... Alright, so now what do we have here? Did that open? No. We've got the red door here, which we do not have a key for. I don't know. Just kind of feeling like it might be a soft lock. Although I don't know where the red key would be. It didn't look like any of the barons were camping it, so... Am I seriously, like, this early on, gonna have to already use the map sheet? This map is kind of all over the place, really. Alright, let me just try to get a glance at that platform. No, I'm not seeing a red key from any angle. I don't know what the purpose of going up there is. And yeah, that is definitely a death trap, because you can't get around those tech pillars. So, yeah, that's fun. I'm kind of curious what that switch does. Is it momentary, or... Nope, it's a one-time, single use. What about in here? Did anything change? I'm gonna go with no. Maybe that's why they uses that texture. I don't know. Yeah, this just goes to the Baron things. Just don't really help me at all. I mean, I guess I can technically get to that one ledge if I do, like, this, and then... Is it this side? I think it's this side. Fuck you. Oh wait, now the things come down? I mean, granted, you lose, like, almost all your health by the time they do, but, you know, because it's all 20 damaging floor for some reason. Anyway, I gotta see real quick. No! Damn it. Yeah, the red key's not on this platform. So, alright. There's a freaking... Is that an invuln or something? Alright. The red key is over here. Where the hell is that? Oh my god. If you... Oh, jeez. Okay. Calm. I'm calm. Yeah, if you go into this room too early, you soft lock. The game becomes... That's a partial invisibility. It's fucking useless. Alright, anyway. Yeah, if you come in here too early, you cannot win this. I don't know who thought that was a great idea, but apparently somebody did. So, anyway. Let's go ahead and just zoom out a little bit. I don't really know where I'm going. Oh wait, no, I am going the right way. Neat! See, I shouldn't have said anything. Then you wouldn't have known I was just flying by the seat of my pants. Yep. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, okay. That's not so bad then. Except I can't move. Okay. Wow. That is quite a spicy meatball, gotta say. I've just... like a plasma rifle would have been perfect for this. Maybe the author of this learned to circle strafe and just really wanted to show it off. But, I will say, just shooting for an eternity into a monolithic group of enemies is not exactly the most interesting fight. It's like I said, this map is just kind of out there. I mean, it's all over the place in terms of just quality, design, and what have you. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, you get rooms like this, which are just straight up, like, I guess, next gen for 94 standards, but yeah, if only it were more consistent. Alright, I want those bullets that are over there. I think it's down. Son of an ass. Alright, let's try that again. Without the failure. Oh, great. Get more uninvited guests. Guests. Ba-dumt. Alright, so Imp's over there. Imp's on parade. And then these assholes. This is all hurt floor. Correction, the upper part is hurt floor. This part isn't. What? I don't get it. Alright. I mean, it's all intestines to me, but, you know, details. I guess there is that marine corpse over there. And it looks like those guys are just trapped over there, so I don't really know what's going on. Oh, son of a... Ah! Alright, just... please. Literally, like, not even aiming at this point. I'm just waiting for them to walk in front of the shells, which I realize is kind of making it take longer, but... yeah. Alright. Come on. Okay, go fuck yourself. Handled. So anyway, we got that. I mean, at least there's... at least if you just grab it and go, there is a way out. It's not the most egregious crusher usage I've seen. So, there's that. Yeah. So we don't need to go there. Also, I'm pretty sure... yeah, I saw that. That's that armor teleport thingy. I wonder if I can get that. Because it's one of those things where this sector's a secret and that sector's also a secret. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna... yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just save and reload. Oy. How desperately do I want to get all the secrets? Alright, so, block the door. I'm gonna give this a few attempts, but I'm not sure I can even... whoa! Can I even wall run from this? I guess this is, west to east. I can never remember. Yeah, let me get somewhere that has a little bit more of a run up. Emphasis on a little, jeez. Alright, I don't care. Let's just go. Basically what I was trying to do is line def skip and skip over the teleporter and actually touch the sector. Excuse me. What? Really? I just... kind of at that point where I'm just sort of beyond caring. Like, why is there a fire blue wall, and why is it seemingly impassable? I mean, come on, I found all the keys. Is it just one of those things where it's punishing me for grabbing, like, the soul sphere or something? I don't know, I'd have to look. But, whatever. So... okay. Alright, I guess that's the exit. Well, I got all the kills. That was invade1.wad. Jeez, oh man, that was a long level. Well, I guess we'll see if I can actually get through episode 1, but before I start with the next one, I'm not going to go directly to it. I'm just going to go ahead and just double check all my UMAP info stuff. You know, the stuff I should have done before I started recording. Lamau, but I forgot. Lamau. And just make sure we're enforcing a pistol start. Also, nice intermission screen music. Thumbs up, Wadinator. Alright, but anyway, I guess I'll be back in a moment. I mean, it's going to be like a moment for you. It's going to be like a little bit more time for me. Whatever, anyway. Alright, we're back with more D-Zoned 100. So, yeah, I took a look real quick. UMAP info doesn't have a definition for that, so I'm thinking the one for lost episodes probably just, it's probably just because it crossed an episode boundary or something. But, I added it to my batch file, so, we should have, pistol starting from now on and stuff. Hopefully that isn't a problem for, like, the two maps that were part of 1.WAD. But anyway, this is 21HexPN.WAD. It's an E2M1 replacement, and it's currently in the E1M2 slot. As you can see, I did go ahead and put the skies in the UMAP info, so it will have the sky that the WAD author expected. And definitely not the music that was expected, although there is actually one of these, I think it's in the E3M5 slot, that did have custom music. So I left that alone, obviously. A blue key. Glad it's labeled. Is this a thing? Yeah, of course it is. Okay. This is some pretty wild music, I gotta say. Jeez. And again, you're just kind of punching through hordes with a shotgun. I mean, it's iconic to an extent. But boy, oh boy. Is this boiling water? It is not. Okay. Color me amazed. And, what do we got here? More of this. Did any of these activate? Like, can I get the goodies? Or am I permanently barred from the goodies? I don't think I'm allowed to get the goodies. I'm upset. Right. So... is this the one I was... yeah, it is, okay. Hold up, wait. Oh, okay, never mind. There's a lot of imps. There's a lot of imps. Right. I don't know if I should be using all my ammo, but you know, we're almost done, so, at least with this crew. Hello, missing texture. Giving me a window to the other side, I see. Alright, what do we got here? An actual door that looks like a door, and smells like a door, and opens like a door. And a very familiar looking room, which also uses a blue key. Alright, I mean... it's a vibe, I guess. Okay, and this is just the other side of the area I was in before. Can I just jump up onto that? No. Should have known. Alright, red key over there, a red key door over there. It's just weirdly appropriate music for some reason. I don't know. Could feel that 90s edge coursing through my veins. Hurts a little bit, but that's okay. Can't have pleasure without pain. Oh my. Anyway, blue door, or blue key. Blue armor? I am a fan of that. Combat's not bad. It's definitely got that bit of action to it. And the lack of armor actually kind of ensures that you have to be a little careful when it comes to actually fighting hit scanners. Not a fan of the unmarked doors, obviously. Oh, wait. Where'd you come from? Did they... what? I know I saw some of them... hello. Window into the other dimension. I know I saw some of them, like, teleporting when they were in the middle of that. Is that... must be monster only. I'm not seeing a line def... a colored line def thing for it. Alright, so anyway. Hello. Still quite a few enemies left. Even though I've quieted this place down a lot. So, what do we got now? Oh, that is a teleporter in the center of that one. That one specifically. And then we've got this. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way to lower this stuff. Hump the torch? I guess not. Enemy, stop pumping the laser. You can only when the laser get a freaking room together, for God's sake. Yeah, there's no switches. You definitely need that blue key over yonder. I hope this doesn't end up becoming just wall hump central or something like that. Man, oh man. What about the starting area? Is there anything special over there? Nope. It is just a hallway. Oh boy, we're getting some D-zone-y stuff today. I have to say, this is I don't think this is disappointing anyone so far. It's funny too, because it's like the oh, maybe. I mean, that would be progression hidden behind a secret, which would make me sad. Yeah, it's progression hidden by a secret, so I am somewhat sad. Well, yeah. And yeah, that's kind of the generally the spirit of D-Zone. Is, well, and really anything from the 90s. I mean, it's not... It's like I've said a few times, D-Zone is a time capsule. It's not that it's intentionally bad. It's just, I mean, that's how things were. If you went to AOL and started downloading WADs, you'd see the same stuff. D-Zone is not special in its mediocrity. It's just that people were still kind of getting a hang of the tools. The tools themselves were a bit on the rough side, which didn't help. And not to mention a lot of the things that we kind of have established as good practice. I mean, I guess if they studied the id maps a little bit better, they probably wouldn't have made some of these faux pas, if you will. But, you know, at the same time, people were experimenting. They were trying their own thing. Where was I going with this? But, yeah, so it's like you get maps like this, which are fun, but flawed. It's like, it's granted, those walls were actually marked. I mean, they did use a different texture, but still. If you were just, like, running down the hallway guns blazing, there's no way you would have seen that. You know, pick that apart from all the other ones. So, I don't know. It's like fun combat with some kind of oblique stuff. Please tell me that's not a stairway of sadness. Oh, no, it's not. It actually leads somewhere. I was gonna say, Our buddy Aaron is going to be very happy if that is a spiral of sadness, but yeah. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and just grab... Yeah, I'm going to check the other side too for items. And then we're about 8 minutes in, so it seems like a good time for a checkpoint. So after we check this side here... Yeah, there's a lot of ammo that I no longer need on this side. With all the bullets I have, a chain gun would be very nice, but you know, again, it seems like a lot of WAD authors in this era were just allergic to that poor weapon. Yay, wall run. Which, to be fair, I mean, when I was younger, I didn't see much value in the chain gun either. But, oh boy, I missed the line thing. Yeah, it's okay. But, you know, I do now. That's the important part. I got better. I got gooder, if you will. And weirdly enough, you have less challenging hit scanners in this section because these guys can't wreck your soul in one shot. And you got these imps who think they're all like special and stuff. I'm guessing this is a red door? Yeah. Wait, they can open it. You know what that means? Plasma rifle for me. Is it really an exploit if it's just that easy to do? I mean, yes, it is, but still. Oh, I love that. So pretty much the gist of that is, and this is not something you would have been able to just quickly see in the original engine, because it didn't mark key doors and stuff. But, see how on one side it's red and one side it's white? Well, that means that it's only locked on one side. So note, I don't have the red door, or the red key, and I was able to get in. However, I can't get back in there because I need the red key. Well, the thing is that monsters can always open unlocked doors. So when you have situations like that, the imps are literally able to open that door. And you get access to the fun stuff within without actually having to get the red key. So, early plasma rifle for me. I like it. Alright, so, ow. Give me all your goodies. So many imps. Alright, you know what? We're gonna use our ill-gotten gains for just a little bit. Gonna have a little bit of fun with it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Ah, man. Feels good. Feels good to use stuff I'm not supposed to have yet. Wow, this is a kind of a elaborate area. And it's a required secret, because you notice the red key over there. What was... Why? Oh, well. Whatever. Just embrace it. Just embrace it. That's all. That's all you can do. I mean, honestly, though, flaws aside, I do enjoy this map. Not gonna lie. It's... Well, okay, I'm maybe speaking a little bit too soon. It's kind of like the last map in a way. It's... Well, okay, I'd argue this map is less flawed than the last one. The last one had, I mean, it looked better. It was generally designed better. But in terms of progression, it had much bigger issues than this one. Whereas this one is rather entertaining. And it's not that the areas... I'm going... Hold on. Nudge my mic over a little bit. Oh, I don't know. The SM7B is like freaking magic. Anyway, yeah, it's not like the secrets are completely unmarked. It's like you can tell they're there. Then the, I don't know if calling it an early computer area map would be accurate. Just want to make sure I get all the health bonuses. But getting the computer area map also helps a lot. Yeah, see, like you could just jump over them because Doom is a 3D game. Weird, I know. As our friend Jared H says, Doom's 3D, just a bit 2D curious at times. Which is That's my favorite, one of my favorite ways of describing it. And that was one of the biggest fixes that Raven did with Heretic and Hexen, make it a little bit less 2D curious. Okay, you know what? It's not exactly the same thing, but this is mostly because of those damn health potions and the way those are set up, and me wanting to get 100% secrets, or 100% items rather, if possible. Yeah, this is kind of an honorary sadness spiral, I'd say. Oh, mama. Got, like, all the imps over here. I mean, I heard them. I knew this was coming, but still. It's a different matter entirely to see it with your own eyes. Alright, I don't entirely trust this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. Alright. Oh, and you lit up the sadness spiral, which I think I actually preferred it being dark. This thing with Doom, when you have like light level set to 255, which granted, when you have like light switches like that, there's not too many options. I think you have like 0, 35, the adjacent sector, and full bright. Something like that. It kind of does make things ugly. It's like getting the light amp goggles. Yeah, it's a nice idea in theory, but boy oh boy. And I am really glad I ended up getting the plasma rifle before I went through here, because that did make things faster. Alright, this way. See, this is another section here. I think? Let me get a view on that door. Oh no, that one's set up correctly. You notice how there's, I mean, I'll bring up the auto map for a little bit longer in a sec. Yeah, see how it's red on both sides, which means that the imps cannot open the door. That's actually, if you've ever watched a speed run of Monster Condo in Doom 2, if you're ever curious about why the Archvile, that everyone calls Barney, is able to open the door, in case you haven't seen analysis videos on this stuff, he actually, Archviles end up running so fast that he's actually pushing the unlocked side of the door. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Do I trust this? No, I don't, but let's go anyway. Okay, so we're in another area. Yeah, I think it's at the point now where the map's kind of overstaying its welcome. Because it was fun. It was indeed fun. But I don't think this third area really needed to exist. It's all just kind of blurs together. It's already kind of not fantastic that all the areas sort of just... well, that all the areas are basically copy-pasted. But, yeah, I don't know. That could have worked in kind of like an early 90s thing, but the problem is there's no real escalating difficulty here. Well, I mean, there's a lot more infighting. That's kind of fun in its own right. But it's like you're basically doing the same thing, just with more resources, which is kind of... I don't know. If it were more of like a resource-starvy kind of map, I think it would have worked out, because, I mean, you would have essentially had to just cling on to whatever you had, but... the map is not shy about giving you guns, which... I know it's going to sound contradictory coming from me, but... I don't know, I've learned to kind of embrace the, oh, jeez. Maybe not the mucus flow, that's going a little bit too far, but I've learned to embrace maps that are a bit less generous, I guess you can say. There's only one enemy left. Holy shit. Wow. That's a move right there. That's a power play. That's an exit line def, and that's a chain gun inside of it. Fucking dick. Alright, so anyway, that's a thing that they decided to do. And, can I? I'm missing 2 secrets and 1 item. Wow, that is a map. That is quite a map. Yeah, unfortunately, it's that copy and paste. It kind of ruins it a little bit. Alright, so anyway, I'm kind of curious. I don't see any purple areas. So... Okay, well that guy's just kind of wandering. I kind of expected that. What about the secret areas, though? I was kind of expecting there to be something that was hidden from the auto map, which, if you use IDDT, it'll show all. Alright, let's just play 2D Doom for a little while. This is so awkward. And back to 3D. Hello. We also have a one missing item that's probably just... I mean, one possibility is the secret thing could be just like a small sector that I didn't quite run over. Nope, not that. You know what? I mean, I've shown on the map that I've gotten everything that matters, so... nope. That's a big old negative. Yeah, keep going this way. It probably is just like a paper thin doorway or something. Anyway, yeah, you can't even grab the the chain gun unless you do a line def skip over that. All right, so that was 2-1 hex PN.WAD. It's originally an E2M1 replacement, but yeah. All right, let's move on to whatever the next one is. What do we got? Level 1.WAD. It's an E1M1 replacement. In I did allow a few of these in here. I capped it pretty heavily, though. Hey, excuse me. Ooh! Alright, anyway. Yeah, I didn't want, like, the entire thing to be taken over by frickin' level replacements. So I think there's 2 or 3 of them, and I think they're all in episode 1. Okay, they didn't add anything down here. It's probably just like a, such an early thing that they can only replace things. An early thing that they can only replace things. Yeah, me and my English. Totally a native speaker. I mean, I am. That's the funny part. So, Spider 1. Huh. I wonder if I'm actually going to have enough... I'm probably not going to have enough resources. Well, I don't know. Let's give it a shot. There are actually a lot of shells in this map. It really doesn't look like they did anything aside from just add in a Cyber Demon and a Spider Mastermind. Oh wow, and this is a really early... This is a very early E1M1. It doesn't even have the upper secret. Which I think that would mean that this was either from the original shareware release or from 1.1, because this area here was added in 1.2. Neat. Alright. Adequately creepy music. Alright, well anyway, let's, I don't want to pick up any shells. I should have enough to kill her. It's gonna take a little while. So, yeah. I mean, I have timestamps in the description if you... Ow. If you want to skip over this bit of madness. We can always go to, like, 2x speed. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've done. I have shotgunned a Cyber Demon to death. Okay, see, that wasn't too bad. She was pretty weak from the Cyber Amon assault. Right, so is there anything... Well, let's grab this just for completeness sake. And I'm missing a single item, which we are definitely going to get, because... Sure, who leaves a single item behind? I mean, seriously. I've never done that. Hush. Do not leave a comment if you see me leave a single item behind. It's probably... Oh, wait. There it is. Got it. Yay, we completed E1M1++. Yeah. Alright. I'm actually kind of pleased that the Spider Mastermind lived. Alright, here we go. I think there's actually 3 of these in a row. Alright, you already know my feeling about edits. Let's move on to DMPITS, which is an E1M6 replacement. Yeah, this one is actually a E1M6 edit. which apparently had a little bit more thought put into it. Alright, well. Oh. I was not expecting that to work. It's always nice when it does. I always try to remember to just poke the entrance door. Because honestly, if I were going to hide like kind of a dickish secret, I'd probably put it there. Let's be real. Alright, is there any way out of that? Okay. Also, I absolutely love this music. I'm gonna turn it up. There we go. Turn the sound effects down a little bit, because, I mean, it's just gonna be barons, probably. If this is any indication. I'm not shotgunning those guys. What's this? Oh, turns out that was just the way forward. Nice. You know, I recognize the layout, but it's been changed quite a bit. I mean, not so much this part. This part's similar. Very similar. Okay. Jeez. Got like the whole brutalist aesthetic going on here. Okay, I was gonna say, if that didn't raise up, I'm not sure how I would actually accomplish that. In a somewhat safe manner, anyway. 380 enemies, jeez. Picked a heck of a long episode 1 thing, didn't I? Or rather, the WADnator did. I just put it together into a WAD file. I was trying to set it up so that the WADnator would do that automatically, but it really didn't work out. There were just too many considerations and too many things happening in life that I just figured, you know what? It's actually going to be faster to do it in Slade. Just manually calling the WADnator. It's too many little edge cases. Not to mention the fact that vetoing maps by hand would have been a little tough. And I can say for certain, because about the only thing I saw were the map previews. But vetoing all these, well, okay, let me start over. If I didn't veto a lot of these just like level edits, that would have probably been half of this. That's how many of them popped up. So, yeah. Okay, so that raised up. They took their shirt off, twisted it around their head, spun it like a helicopter. Possibly in North Carolina. I'm not sure. Alright, so there is a... Shit. Ooh, that was close. That was a little scary. But I'm alive. I'm alive, I'm alive. Alive, baby, I'm alive. Alright. How do I get out of here? Okay, this whole thing comes down. But only if you touch it from a very specific spot. See this blood thing here? That weird texture that's, I think was only used like once in Doom. Yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. Look at that. Works every time, most of the time. Well, how's the quote go? 60% of the time, it works every time. Do I want to... Whatever, I'm just going to take care of these guys, because I'm going to have to do it at some point. I might as well just do it now. Sigh! Okay, so how's everyone's day? I hope you're all doing well. I'm just over here shotgunning barons, you know, it's somewhat therapeutic. It's not the worst thing I've done in Doom. And it's not the last time I'm going to be doing this either, so, I mean, you know, what's the sense of complaining? Need more ammo. So is this like the other area, or... Of course. I'm trying to see if I can just activate the platform, but, you know, without jumping down there all willy-nilly and stuff. Alright, so let's just go over here, lure them over this way, and I'm not sure I can. I think that might just be a death pad. A death pad. Yeah, I think it is. Alright, let's go this way. Did this lift up? Because I know there's barons down there. So, this is... Progression is entirely changed in this. It's like one of those things where the author ended up just changing so much of the map. It's like, why didn't you just make one of your own from scratch? It just kind of defies reason in a lot of ways. I don't want to grab that yet. There were a couple items in the way. Grab those, so... Oh, ow. Ow. Alright, bullets, thank you. That is connected to a secret. Oh, hello. Again, got that whole brutalist thing going on. Oh, hey, author of my house confirmed. I mean, these are kind of like bad doggos, right? Kinda. If you squint, like, a lot. Alright, so that was the secret. Oh, that was the secret. Nice. Sure, why not? Chainsaw percent acquired. Alright, so, ow. There you go. Cool. What's in here? Nothing yet. I mean, honestly, in terms of just like... I don't know why that texture wasn't on the... whatever. Anyway. In terms of... I guess... id level edits... I respect this one more than most. How about that? Because I gotta say, just like looking at it on the map... it looked way more derivative than it actually is. It's actually kind of spicy. It's not horrible. And I'm honestly kind of digging the aesthetic. I mean, there's some elements to it that are very raw, like the dual switch thing. That probably should have... Oh, and that. Missing texture. But yeah, some stuff like that probably should have been addressed, but... Stacked shotgunners. How very map 2 of you. Okay, correction. How very map 2 1.9 map 2 of you. There we go. Okay, so that didn't do anything for this side. And I don't know if there's a way back from that. That's the only thing. Jeez. What is it, C2M7? So many monster closets. Alright, I still got blue armor. Which, I think I'm gonna just ride this out, because I've still got enough. Just gonna do those before there's a horrible accident. And, yeah. Just hoping on there not being any random crushers. Whoa. That was some weird shenanigans. Hold up. Imp, I need you to... No, none of you are cooperating. You guys suck. Anyway, if you rewind, it kind of looked like that imp was sort of disappearing. Probably some sort of node builder tomfoolery. Or just didn't think that it had to draw sprites over there. Oh, one bullet left. Fuck it. There we go. It's the only thing that's a little troubling in terms of, like, completionism. Which normally I'm not a super big completionist, obviously. However, the thing is, there's those guys in the center pit. It sounds like they're in the center pit. I'm 90% sure they're in the center pit. There's a slime trail. And, I don't know if there's going to be a way to lift them up. Because it kind of seems to me like that might be intended as a death pit. Or maybe that's gonna let everyone up? I don't really know. Yeah, like, I gotta say, this just mostly because of the texture changes and everything else. Like, it actually took me a few seconds to recognize this room, but this is the ending room. Or, it would normally be the ending room. Alright, screw it. We're not gonna Yeah, it's not the ending room anymore. Nope. Kind of looks like they kept the... Okay, there we go. See, it always bothers me about that, because it's like, sometimes, you know, it's like you can understand if they want to make a death pit, they'll put enemies in there to make it, well, expedite things a little bit. It's kind of like in Lost Episodes, was it E1M4, I want to say? It's the one where there's the 6 cyber demons. Oh, hello. Thank you. But it's the one where there's those 6 cyber demons in the pit. And their entire purpose is to, well, facilitate your end if you happen to fall in there. Problem being... Oh, I guess this is just the way out. Nifty. But problem being, getting them as kills. Like, if you're trying to get 100% kills in the map, it's more or less impossible. Now, it's one of those things where you can argue that it's kind of your own fault if you want to go for 100% secrets. I mean, we've all seen the controversies over that recently. But, yeah, when it comes to kill count, I think that's a different beast. I do think that every map you should be able to get 100% kills. Barring, of course, a bug, which in that case it probably should be fixed. I mean, this is a shooting game about shooting things. And I mean, there are ways of making, like, archvile turrets and stuff like that. Or turrets in general, I guess. Without preventing the player from getting 100% kills. Yeah, there's those things called crushers. Which, that kind of seems to be the modern use of crushers nowadays, if you guys notice. So, I mean, you've got situations like in God Machine and Sunlust, for instance. Good old map 30. Where the, oh, this opens up for sure. But you have situations like that where, I mean, the archviles are taken care of for you. And, yeah, crushers, like, it seems like they're not used against the players as much nowadays, for the most part. There's exceptions, of course. Yeah, let's just boop that and then get ready to fight. And, you know, I honestly kind of like that change, because there are ways of using crushers well. But I mean, you look at when they were kind of in their heyday, and yeah, not so much. I think the worst part about it, actually it's funny, most of the good crusher uses that I see are fast crushers. You know, ones that won't instantly murder the player without them being able to do anything about it. Does it still have... Oh. Okay, wonder if that opens this? No, it doesn't. Does it open this? Yeah, it does. I'm guessing this probably... I can't hear it over you guys yelling. I'm just trying to cross over that line def just in case it's a... That is one thing that could be potentially nasty with this. Because it really kind of seems like, Oh, hi gentlemen. So that's still there. But it really kind of seems like if you just sort of jump down there, you're probably screwed. Nope. I hear it going up now. I do have that plasma rifle. Maybe I should use that at some point. What? Oh, there's someone down there. I wonder if they're stuck. I don't have a rocket launcher yet, so I'm... Oh, great. There's also another reason why I wish I had the rocket launcher, so I can just fire a few rockets and clear up the lift. Oh, jeez. Alright, so, Alright. Hopefully that'll unclog the thing a little bit. A little bit. There we go. Damn it! So I need to be mindful of how you set up your enemies. Because I'm not jumping down there. Screw that noise. Alright, just kind of lure them out here. Alright, I heard it move. There we go. That's what I really had been wanting to do, is exploding those barrels. God, that is so obnoxious. Alright. Oh. For some reason I thought there was a Baron down here. I guess not. Oh, okay. It's like, this seems weird. Turns out, I was right to be suspicious. Also, there's that rocket launcher that I've been wanting. Alright, so that no longer connects to that. Which kind of makes sense. Unless maybe it does, but only when this is down. Or not. I don't know. It kind of looks like they removed the line def actions, but they never actually removed the line def. Yep. Yep, that got him. I think it was stuck on the wall and that prevented the lift from moving up. So, what about this thing here? I still hear so much stuff. Oh yeah, this area here. I'm gonna go ahead and save. It's been a minute. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and see if there's a way back. Oh, a Baron. I see. And no, there is no way back up there. I'm not gonna waste ammo on that. That's just stupid. So yeah, pretty much, I mean, I guess it's technically possible to get 100% kills. It's not really feasible though. Alright, I'm kind of curious if this is... Okay, so, that area is also gone. Glad I saved before I did any of that stuff, because that would have been kind of tragic. It just seems like some of this stuff should move at some... I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, a lot has changed in this map, which is, again, wild. Oh, okay. So... What? Okay. Sure. I don't... Okay. This is my brain shutting off. Because this is trippy. I guess that is a good way of describing this map. It is very trippy. Now I'm curious about a few... I'm curious about a lot of things, actually. So many things. So does that raise this as well? No, it doesn't. Let's just jump down here. Why not? Though I'm probably trapped now. No, I'm not. Okay. Yay, forethought. And now I'm curious about this area here. I mean, it's, there's lights. That area's open now. I have rockets. So, oh my god. Just stop moving. Please. Just take your medicine like a growing boy. A growing baron. From the lands of heck. So... Sure. Seems like a moot point now, but whatever. I'll take it. Alright, well, there's more blue armor. I mean, at least there's no lack of that, right? The old scattered items thing. Is this the actual exit? No, this is the beginning. I mean, it's where I expected to be, but it's still kind of weird. Okay. Alright, things are changing. Things are changing. So that is actually a viable area. That's good to know. Now, I don't have to be salty about missing out on things, because, you know, FOMO is real. especially in Doom. Alright, so I'm kind of glad that that actually is a thing that happens. Now, what the area where the red key... Okay. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So I basically found the area where the red key was originally, and turns out that trigger still works, and it still opens up monster closets. So there's that. That's kind of somewhat unadvertised. Oh, and turns out you have to do that? Is that actually... Yeah, that's the exit. That is legit the exit. Well, okay. That's kind of nifty. Alright, well this is already going on for a very, very long stretch. So, hold on, do I have a... I mean, there's that area up there. That's, if I had to guess where, like, the last secret is, it's probably that. I wonder if that raised up. I'm just gonna give it a shot real quick, but this is gonna be a very long video, and, I'm gonna have to cut these, levels off somewhere. Haven't done one of these, like, epic D-zones. D-zoned does, in a while, so... Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna save real quick. And then just kinda go wild with this thing. Perfect. So this is that courtyard. This map is a vibe, that's for sure. A very odd one, but a vibe nonetheless. There's that door over there, which is kinda... Maybe you jump down from like this? Okay. Now what does this lead to anywhere? It does. Alright. Well, there's the last secret. And I'm assuming the last items or enemies. Except that Baron that's in the slime. Hold on. Can I... No. Well, you know... I can't jump down there, but there are ways of dealing with them. There are ways of making you squawk. Because, I mean, now I'm at the point where I would be very, well... Don't exactly want to leave a single Baron alive, now do I? No. Hell no. That's not how we okay, it's usually how we operate. But, not this time. Not this time. I'm gonna strive to be better and shit. Maybe. The unfortunate part is I legitimately cannot go down there because... Yeah. Okay, this seems like a good containment area, so I just need to get the Baron into this little cubby here. Okay. Where is he? Look, Bub, I don't have that many rockets. Alright, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Okay, there we go. Heh, got him. Still counts. Even if I did blatantly IDDT. Alright, let's get out of this Brutalist Nightmare. Is this E1M4? Wow, we got a ways to go. Alright, so, DMPITS, E1M6. Honestly, not bad. I mean, that's definitely the most creative, like, replacement thing. Or not replacement, but creative map edit I've seen, like, ever. Aside from, like, Doominator and stuff like that. Those are just near and dear to my heart for other reasons. But, yeah, it still just really makes me wonder. I mean, there were so many changes that went into that. So much rebalancing. That why didn't the author just create their own level? I mean, it's, I guess, vaguely recognizable as E1M6. Maybe that's what they were going for. But either way, it's like enough creativity went into that I think the author might have even saved time by making something new. I don't know, that's hard to say. Hard to know what exactly was going through their noggin, but All I know is that in terms of overall quality, I'm actually kind of surprised by that in a pleasant manner. Pleasantly surprised, if you will. But, yeah. Anyway, we've got 3 more maps to go, so let's get to them. Actually, 4 more maps. Wow. HOME.WAD, E1M1. My house. Alright, we already got this weird shadow shenanigans going on. Which, man, I don't know. That effect is... I know it's a bug, but I kind of like it. This is just sinister music. Holy crap. Alright. Well, this ain't my house. It's, some sort of homestead, I guess. And, I gotta say, I'm not particularly impressed by the starting weaponry. What? Oh, great. I just need... I need a weapon. I appreciate the Doom cute, but... What in the hell? But I need something else. I'm not gonna go through this with a pistol. Bed. Sphere. What? What in the world? Okay, is that area supposed to like trap you if you grab that and you don't move fast enough? I don't understand. Alright, I think I can just so what is going okay. Alright, everything's fine. I mean, he's stuck in place, but he could still hurt me a lot. Alright, anyway. What is... I don't understand why there's no weapons. Is there like one room that has weapons that I missed? Because that would make me sad. Actually had a pretty good rhythm on that guy, but... Yeah, there we go. I'm not punching a Baron without oh, okay. Alright, let's just move. We have shells. We have nothing to use them in, and I'm pretty sure they don't fit in a pistol. This is most unfortunate. Alright, there we go. Unfortunately, I lost so much freaking health. Oh, here we go. Now I could shotgun a Baron. Implying that I would ever want to do that. I think I've shotgunned enough Barons during this run so far. Okay. Jeez. This map authors just really, really hated other weapons for some reason. It's the general vibe I get, at least. Also, this guy needs to clean up their basement. Holy moly. There's a very long elevator. God, what kind of house does this person live in? Well, you know. Give. That was a door that opened up. What was even going on? Okay. Oh man, this is this is so weird. Alright, there's that. Just gonna grab those. No, even though it's a different texture, it's not actually a thing. Okay, so where's that area that had the dudes in it where I can grab the stuff with things and that makes my gun go bang bang? You know, the ammo. Well, lack of health is kind of becoming an issue too. So many secrets though. I mean, honestly, like, it's got these weird Doom cute sections, but this is just such a surrealistic map. I mean, maybe it is based on a house. Very loosely. Very, very, very loosely. I mean, I wish I had fire blue in my house. That's all I'm saying. What do we got? Oh, okay. So this is that area. No, this is the area with the demon. Fucking hell. Okay, well that's where the first shotgun is. God, and oh man. Where did you come from? Alright, so anyway. No, I already cleared that out. Alright. Let's, how did I get over there again? I don't even know what that is, but my goodness, it works. Now, is there a way that I can just bring the... Oh, jeez. Well, there's another sound effect for the library. That was what I was planning to do. Turns out I didn't actually have to do it myself, so that works. I mean, this is definitely a tough map for the time, that's for sure. I don't know why I thought that I'd need to bring him down an elevator. I'm just getting confused, that's all. Which, can you really blame me at this point? This is, pretty wild. Okay, so... God, this is so weird. So trippy. And now we go through... Yeah, blood on the ceiling. That seems healthy. Now, yeah, let's just kind of peekaboo these guys where possible. Cool. At least there's health here. Alright. I do not trust the hedge maze. I really do not trust the hedge maze. Especially with this many enemies left. Yeah. Of course, then again, this is before the age of pop-up monsters, so that's kinda nice. I have a feeling if this were like a more contemporary WAD, that's pretty much what would be the mainstay in this section. Alright. All the healths. Okay. Is this on? Okay, it is. At least it shows up on the map. It'd be a lot nastier if it didn't. Alright, well I just went around in a loop. Perfect. Hold up. I think it's spirals around this way. Yeah. But why, though? Piss off. Alright. So that's a thing that happens, I guess. Or just go through like a hedge maze or something, and then the whole thing just goes up to the sky. Well, it's the world we live in. What in the... I did not... Okay. I guess that trick was around longer than I was expecting. Blue door. God, it's just untextured on this side. Oh, it's so wild. Yeah, that's a control sector right there. Nice. Oh my god, there's still more to explore. We're not done with myhouse.wad. Who'd have thunk it? So, yeah. To the house? And again, very appropriate music for this sort of venture. Well, we'll say that is... What? Didn't I try to... I guess I didn't try hard enough. Jeez, so weird. Honestly, the floating evil eye should have been an indication that maybe the mapper knew a few tricks. Oh man, this is so awkward to navigate. I mean, the mapper definitely knows a few tricks. Ugh. Now, whether or not they were used in a good way, that's... I'll leave that up to the viewer to decide. Okay, rockets. Okay, that's a yellow door that's, I didn't see a marking for. Do I have to go through this, or is this good enough? That's good enough. Okay. Is this supposed to be like a TV? That's so weird. I mean, hey, this is all done with the stock Doom textures, so yeah, it's a vibe. And this is a pool table. See, I could recognize it. I mean, you don't normally have health kits on it, but I guess the Doom guy just eats the bowls. I don't know. And that doesn't really help me. Okay. Oh, okay. I did it? Question mark. Is that a secret? No. Well, then it's useless! Alright, kill the imps. Easy peasy. Oh, it turns out I could just open this anytime I wanted. Alright. Well, we still don't have a blue key, but we've explored another wing of the house, so that's, gotta count for something, right? Maybe these were solid. Yeah, because there's multiple parts of it. I'll bet there were probably doors there. I could be wrong. I don't know. This seems like it's probably supposed to be a library, because I don't think Doom 1 had any, like, actual library book textures. I think those were all introduced in Doom 2. In Doom 2, when they decided to make the game 50% more brown. Which, I mean, they really did when you look at it. I mean, granted, Doom 1 already has a lot of brown textures. So, it's kind of added to the ensemble. Or ensemble, if you will. So that doesn't do anything. Yeah, what about this area here? That's... Okay, apparently nothing. It looks like it's just an area for cacos to hang out. I still don't have a blue key. And there's 18 more enemies to... Oh my goodness! That probably should have been the first place I checked. Alright, well, back to the courtyard, I guess. Well, hey, at least the house is fully explored, right? This just seemed like it went on into nothing, but no, it turns out... What the hell? Okay, sure. I mean, you do you, man. I'm not here to tell you how you live your life. That's probably not what I would do, though. Just saying. Oh. Also, another fun thing is the fact that I don't seem to have ever been granted access to Le Plasma Rifle, but I was given cells for it. That's weird. Yeah, I can spare one more. I guess I'm just doing one more. I'll save the last 5 for this guy, who is just clearly living his best life. I got a bad feeling about this. Hold up. Wait. I think that... Oh, man. I think that thing broke. Alright. Okay. Well, that's what was supposed to happen. And then the Baron got stuck in it. Alright. Alright, is there anything else over... No, there's not. Okay. Let's go to the blue door and, scram, shall we? Oh, boy. This was quite an experience. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, hi. Hello, random exit line def. Well, you know, I'm pretty satisfied with that. That was a weird map. And, you know, that's kind of like the general vibe that I kind of like from these 90s WADs. It's just, it's all over the place, but I mean, it's fully playable, obviously. It was actually a reasonable challenge, especially at the beginning when, I didn't know where that one shotgun was. But, Yeah, I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't hate it. It was an interesting one. Alright, off to the next one, which is IMPOSSBLE.WAD, which used to be an E3M2, and now it's an episode 1 because... well, this looks awfully goddamn familiar. Yes, this must be the other one that... yeah. Hold on. I played this. I'm trying to think of where. It might have been the Corruption Card stream. Oh my god. I hate trying to get barrels to explode. I also hate not having a shotgun in cases like this. Oh no. A Cyber Amond. Seriously, can you fucking die? Thank you. Oh man. Weirdly appropriate music though. Mostly just every time I hear this now I just think of level 1 Rush and it makes me happy. Just punching imps. And then punching more imps. And then continuing to punch imps. Basically just non-stop imp punching. Yeah. Alright, you know what? Yeah. We're gonna embrace the MIDI. Alright, there we go. Now that I don't need to hear, like, platforms continually being raised. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like 90% sure that's where I originally played this. Alright, what's in here? Oh. I see. Holy crap, that was really annoying. You'd think at least one of them would have had the courtesy to die from that, but nope. Lamau. Alright. God, what do I even say to this? Can you just give me your shotgun? Thank you. Well, there's a BFG at least. Might be able to 2-tap that Cyber Demon if I have enough cells. Of course, they don't give you any cells, so you only have one shot. Maybe there's more in the rest of the level. Maybe there's like a dozen backpacks. Who knows? There, I heard 2 Barons wake up though, so that's great. I mean, seriously, would giving the player Berserk Pack have killed the author of this? I'm actually stuck on a demon that I can't interact with. Yep. The author ended up putting a demon too close. I wonder if I can kill him by doing... yeah. There we go. Yeah, pretty much like the demon was way too close to the... well, it is actually a swastika in this one, because this is an early WAD. Probably 1.2, based on 1.2, something like that. Maybe even 1.1, who knows? Not sure there are any meaningful differences between 1.2 and 1.1 in this level. But anyway, yeah, if the author puts an enemy too close, the lift will just refuse to go down. But thankfully, they were close enough that I could just kind of fire a rocket into the wall and splash damage them to death. Is there a way to, like, actually SR50 over that, or wall run over that, or something? Can you wall run on that? Maybe not. Maybe not a wall run, maybe a perfect SR50. I could have sworn I saw it done at one point. I don't know if you need, like, a certain sub-pixel position, if you will. Whatever. Anyway, let's just go. I know there's that jump over there, which I've made that a couple times. Alright, good. I'm kind of curious if I can make it now. Fuck. Misses it horribly. Check. Nope. I don't remember the angle that leads up to it. I'm SR-15ing my heart out, but... Whoops. That was just bad. No. Just have to, like, catch that just the right way. I mean, it probably helps to actually have a setup for it, which I do not have. There we go. Yay, I'm a speedrunner now! Okay, anyway. So now I can technically exit. But no, instead we're just going to go through the maze backwards because, seriously, this is just basically E1M4 with a cyber demon at the beginning and a bunch of cacos strewn about and not enough ammo to deal with any of it. So, we're going to make our own fun. Gosh darn it. And you're going to like it. Oh, you might. I mean, I don't know. You might genuinely like this. I'm not sure. Ow. Yeah, this is kind of bullshit. Give me a Berserk or not. I don't think it did. I mean, I still have like a completely unacceptable amount of ammo, but, you know. That's kind of what happens when you add in a ton of extremely spongy enemies and then don't give the player any resources to actually fight them. Oh, what? It gave you a rocket launcher? With like 2 rockets? I mean, that's fine, right? Jeez. There's gotta be something, right? Oh, a health vial, of course. Oh, the maze in E1M4. The best part of this level. I don't remember there being a yellow key there. So on top of that, you're kind of forced to explore it. With all those resources you don't have. I did see some, yeah, like right there. Which, of course, you always end up using more than you get. It's like, geez, oh man. I mean, can you at least have the fucking courtesy to just give me something to work with? Oh, fuck you. That's a design flaw in Doom as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, ran out of ammo with that, and it just auto-switched me to the rocket launcher because Lamau, I guess. Slight oversight. I mean, honestly, even the BFG would have been a better option than that. It wouldn't have been great because you're using a... Okay, fuck you. Because you're basically forcing the player to use a super weapon because they ran out of normal ammo, but it would have been a hell of a lot better than the rocket launcher. Like, I don't care what the circumstances are, it should never auto-switch you to that. Alright, well anyway, we got the yellow key, and there's a Baron who's asleep at the wheel. Oh yeah, that's right, because I died a stupid engine-related death. Okay, not really engine-related, but gameplay-related death. Alright, get closer to the barrel. What are you doing? Go to the barrel! Go to the barrel! God, I'm gonna use all my ammo on this guy. Oh, really? Jeez. Alright, well, we're back here again. This is... Oh, jeez. I find it really funny. Oh, wait a minute. I seem to remember there being a thing in there. Anyway. Why? 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 I don't know why that's a mechanic, but it is. Anyway, I seem to remember there being something in the starting room. Alright. It's kind of only fair that I wake the Cyber Demon up anyway, so... Oh my god, go away. Oh, Cyber, a no Amond. What? Can you come in? Weak. Get your ass in here. Get that finely toned ass in here. Come on. What are you doing? You got in there. There you go. Oh, that could have been bad. You actually did get that 4th rocket in. There you go. Oh. Well. Teehee. Lamau. Also funny how much ammo there was at the start, but... You know. I guess you're just supposed to know to walk past the cyber demon at the beginning. I don't know. This is pretty ass. Not gonna mince words. Not gonna mince too many words. There's 2 enemies left. I wonder if they're just in the exit. I hope so. Alright, so yellow key. Well, whatever. I didn't actually need to do that. I could have exited before. I don't care. Let's go! Impossible! I mean, it wouldn't have been impossible if I didn't face rocket due to the engine switching, or the game switching me to that. That's just a straight up design oversight right there. Anyway, on to the next one. PYRAMID.WAD E2M1. I think this is in E1M7. Alright. Give me a shot. Gun. Another good track. Just feels oddly imbalanced. I'm not hearing like the lead at all. What the heck is going on? I mean, the lead part in this MIDI is supposed to be louder, I swear. This also looks familiar. I think I played this one too. I wonder if it was part of like a compilation or something. Or maybe it was during the corruption card stream. That's kind of a separate thing. Like the, I didn't carry over the WADnator played file, or I guess it's now WADnator data, over from that. Let's be real, it's probably going to be WADnator.sqlite soon, because storing the amount of data I'm storing in a JSON file is not really what I'd consider good. So, yeah, there's that. Random dev musings. I mean, what else am I going to do when I'm shotgunning like 15 cacos? I'm exaggerating very slightly, but it feels like 15. Yeah, because it... Actually, yeah, if I remember correctly, the titular pyramid in this is at the end of the map. Okay. Maybe? I'm not actually sure. This just looks so familiar. And my nose is itchy. Alright. We're fine. Everything's fine. Wow, this is probably going to be like... probably a 3-hour video? God, I haven't had one of these in a while. Alright, let's go over this way. And... I guess everything just... Oh, nope, you're here. Yeah, you're here. Goodbye. Gute Nacht. So, what do we got here? Just back into this room. Okay. So, we've basically taken care of everything we can over here. Do you want to go teleporter or down there? That's, no. That is a no-go. I'm going to grab this, just top myself off, and we're going to go ahead and just shotgun some more cacos. Actually, I'm going to shotgun this one, and then chain gun this one for variety. Oh, yeah. Bonk. Awesome. And not exactly what I was expecting, but whatever. Ow. That was a high damage roll. Dick. Yeah, this is definitely familiar. I wish I could remember exactly where I played this. I'm thinking it was either during like a WAD compilation, maybe it was done under a different name or something, or it was during the corruption card stream, which was quite a while ago. Also, oh, couldn't replicate it, but had that one little shotgun, or not shotgun, but hit scan bug that occurs over long distances, where basically your bullets just hit thick air and just stop dead in their tracks. Oh, thank you. Okay, there we go. Another Baron. Oh my god. Is this just... No, it doesn't. I don't remember exactly how to get that, but my goodness. It's just so tedious. Alright, just more of that. More of that useless crap! Just kidding, Soul Sphere. You are not useless. You are my fave. Isn't the stats tell up? Yep, I remember that. Uh-huh. I think these are fast crushers, actually. Oh yeah, that's right. They're monster blocking paths so that they can't run under them. Pretty smart, actually. Safest time to move is when the crushers are sort of down-ish. We can just bump against them and not have to worry about it. And I would argue this is probably crushers used well. I don't know so much about that non-see-throughable wall, but, you know, details. Nobody's perfect. That's probably why they give you rocket ammo. Oh, haha. You can just do that. For some reason, I just didn't. It didn't really occur to me that that was like a that you can actually just walk through it. Well, you can just walk over it. You could just walk over it. Yeah. Anyway, just grab this before I forget about it, because I would rather finish with 100% items if possible. So, yeah. Oh, that was raw. Oh no. Just, no, I don't want to go down. I want to go up. Ah! Nah, we're fine. Plenty of shells, at least. So, there's that. Also, wall freaking out over there. Yay, Doom engine. Now, that one is an engine flaw. Which, to be fair, this was designed to run on 486s. Okay, and that is a teleporter, not a... Oh no. A cyber Amond. Oh no, a ton of invulns. Whatever am I going to do? I think I took care of the problem. I gotta say though, that was a pretty clever, what do you call it? In case I haven't made this commentary before. That was a pretty clever, oh my god, what do you call it? Segue between the two areas. Which, by the way, for those commenters out there, it is S-E-G-U-E, not S-E-G-W-A-Y. Just saying. I don't know. I'm probably overly pedantic. Oh no, I know I'm overly pedantic, but, you know, sometimes it's good. Alright, so there's 2 enemies left. I'm not... This has been going on a long time, so I'm just going to go ahead and exit. Not super invested in getting all of them. Just somewhat invested. How about that? Cool. Thumbs up. Alright, so we got one more left. We got SPILLWAY.WAD, which is totally E3M1. Except in this case, it's E1M8. Yeah, whatever. We'll just snipe these guys real quick. 104 enemies. I find it funny how, like, I started this thing off with these maps that had these huge enemy counts, and now we're just kind of in just normal Doom territory. Okay. I would like a shotgun. I know I've been complaining about the overuse of shotguns, but you know what? If given the choice of whether I get a shot... Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. My god. But anyway, when given the choice between having a shotgun and not having a shotgun, I'd still rather have a shotgun. Kill the hit scanners, kill these guys. It's so nice being able to use my chain gun, though. There we go. Ah, that glorious E3 or E3 sky. Health is looking fine. Not great. Not horrible. Just fine. I'm not seeing a obvious way out of that. So I'm not gonna risk it. Okay. Oh. Of course, the obligatory crate maze. Huh. Arrows. Well, you know what that means. Worst map ever. 0 out of 0. I'm pretty sure it's not really intended. Never mind. Whatever. You... It's a meme, okay? Or May, or I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. Let's just shotgun this Baron as we've kind of been doing, and I guess technically I could chain gun him. I could even pistol him if I really wanted to. Thanks for the help, Imp. Mucho appreciado, or something. Nope, nothing there. So, can we actually activate this? No, we can't. Alright. Well, not only are there arrows there, but the arrows are lies. Sorta. I mean, you know. Can you even explore those areas? Alright, just want to make sure it doesn't look like there's anyone alive there. Alright, let's get back up here with the blue skull key in hand. I mean, eventually, God. There we go. You know, it's kind of a neat map, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and blow these barrels, though, because I really don't trust them. I don't trust these guys, either. Whoa! Hello, elastic collision. Oh, come on. There we go. Handled. Oh, look, you're over there, and I'm over here, and I've got a chain gun. Haha. Oh, you dumb bastard. Anyway. Onward with the rest of the map. Yeah. Yeah, I am digging this. So it kind of seems like you gotta do one of these numbers. I'm gonna try to avoid grabbing that. Nope. Well, I mean, I thought I was being clever, but apparently no. This one also seems familiar for some reason. And there's also the possibility that I played like some of these during like WAD pack way back when. Wow, okay. Such a bullshit mechanic. I wish they would have just taken the extra time to just make it so that floating enemies actually worked correctly. It'd save us all so much grief nowadays. Fuck you. Yeah, of course. And I get stuck on something. Whatever. This isn't a bad map. I'll just replay it. It's not the author's fault. They decided to just make it like infinite high collision on enemies for some stupid reason. It's like you made projectiles right. Why couldn't you just apply that to everything else? I mean, it's like, look at how much of a difference it is playing like Heretic and Hexen because of that. It makes it so much more playable. Also, in hindsight, I should grab that first. Lamau. Yeah, because you don't take damage from... Especially the fact, like... It's just, there's so many compounding things there. Like, the other issue with that... Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Probably should have. But anyway. There's compounding factors. Like, not only are you in that awkward situation where you can't move because there's a Kako, like, 10 meters above your head... But on top of that, that Kako can also attack you and you can't do a goddamn thing about it. That's the real clincher right there. Because, like, the Kako doesn't even have to, like, lower down to your level Get on my level. And that just makes it so much worse. It just doesn't feel good from a gameplay perspective. It never did. That's why it's kind of amazing that it even made it in the final product, because it's always been an issue. I mean, hell, you look at like E1M3, for instance. When you were, if you took the secret area and went kind of above that one chamber near the end of the map, you couldn't jump down. I mean, if you dallied at all, yeah, you were stuck. I mean, I don't know. It's always been a frustration of mine. Just leave it at that, I guess. I've ranted about it so many times at this point. Alright. Let's go ahead and take out the people who are actually threats. That is the hit scanners. But what I was basically trying to do is grab that one item, like last time, obviously. But it turns out the Kako got just close enough, and then I ended up taking like 3 ticks, major ticks of damage from something. I know one of them was the Kako, I think the other one was the Chain Gunner, and then there was a damage tick probably from the slime. Either way. Stupid. So. Especially since your fists are actually hit scan attacks, that's the worst part about it. Like, everyone else's melee is just kind of its own special thing, but you can actually miss your punches. Granted, I guess it's kind of a small price to pay for the demons being so easy to juke and what have you, but yeah, whatever. So, is that actually something there? I'm sure it is eventually, but it's not now, so that was just a waste of health. Teehee. Oh god, in this part. Speaking of a waste of health, I'm not really sure what this is all about. I guess I don't technically need to do this, but I mean, such easy pickings. Especially when you have a rough idea of where they are. Oh, give me that. Oh, give me these. Use all the armor I can get, because I don't know about that. You know what, screw it. I'm just going to save and then see if I can leave this sector here. It really doesn't seem like it. I'm stuck on the items that are above that. Yeah, you just... Only thing I can think of is that's something you can get later, or you just have to activate a switch to raise the slime level. Either way, I can't get it now, so screw it. Let's go. Also, it really doesn't help that in this section, you just do not have the weapons to deal with Kakos in an efficient manner. Yeah, I was trying to grab, like, that health kit, I think. Or maybe I was bored and trying to get the ammo. I don't really know. Ah, whatever. We're here now. Ooh, armor. Which would have saved my life last time. Yay. Oh. Awkward. Ugh. And eventually, we will kill these guys. Eventually. Wow. Alright. This isn't a hard area. I see rockets down there, but, you know, again, I don't have a launcher. Unless the launcher was down here somewhere. I don't know. I'm new to this map, too. Surprise, surprise. Just kind of forced to take a lot of toxic damage if you want to actually explore these areas. I wonder if there's like a rad suit or something that I'm missing. There are, wow, 11 secrets in this. Yeah, we're probably not going to be seeing too many of those. Just throwing that out there. Watch it be down in this like first area here. Just a rad suit. Fucking... Oh! You ever just want to throw something? Like, a lot? I seriously, like, that could not have been more perfect if I'd planned it. Holy freaking hell. I hate everything. Alright. Is this a... yeah, okay. Somewhat hidden door, but marked by torches. I guess I'll allow it. So far, this has been, like, probably the strongest map of the bunch, so, overall. So, yeah. Oh, wait, so this is legitimately a secret here. Is it? Is it really? I don't know. I don't know. Are all these... no, that one isn't. The red torches aren't special, apparently. Only the blue torches are special. So is there another path up here? Or is... no, that's it. So, what did this... I'm not seeing anything moving down there. It's possible this could be one of those, like, repeated switches that don't need to be a repeated switch. Yeah, I don't know. But what else can I really do here? Do I have to maybe ride that up? Thinking that switch probably just brings us back down, but, you know, it's always worth a look. Yep, the switch on the other side opened that door down there, but I think that might just be a secret area. Yeah, heard a lot of lost souls. Wow, that was awkward. Okay. Stop it. There's too many lost souls. Alright, chain gun time. And they're all acting like they're on UV fast or something. Okay, not that bad. I mean, those guys that were infighting were kind of going at it like they were on UV fast, but, yeah, you know. Alright, what's down here? It's not even flagged as a secret. I feel sad. It's on the... yeah, it's on the inside. Wait a minute. What? What caused that to go down? Okay. I hear things. There's enemies somewhere. I wonder if they ended up tripping a trigger or something. I wish I knew what they... oh, okay. It's one of y'all. I don't know. But I wish I did. Trust me. Alright, so... what the heck? I saw that lift go down. Ow. Like this thing here. Yeah, like that. Well, thanks. That's nice. Well, elastic collision isn't a problem. Don't worry about it. Where's the trigger for that? Because I mean, it's required progression. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I have no idea. What the hell? I mean, I walked down, like... I don't know what I did. Yeah, and I can't get out of here either. So I just, like, jump down here. Oh, hold on, I gotta see if there's a... I'm not seeing any other triggers. And just poking it doesn't do anything. I don't understand this at all. So maybe just running over here? No? Why does it have to be like this? Like, I see no reason. None of the walls do anything. Yeah, it bounced right off of that one. Yeah, I don't see any reason why anything needs to be like this. This is just stupid. This is why I shouldn't say that anything's a quality map until I've finished playing it, I guess, because, shit, this is not good. Maybe, like, one of those things where I could just jump off this? No, because it didn't do anything before. Nope. That was worth a shot. And then the worst part is you can't dick around too much because you're in a pit of toxic waste, so... Because basically what I did to bring it down was I jumped down here and then kind of went over this way. But... oh, jeez. I have no idea. Just... cool, thanks. Is there just like... what if I try one of these other ones, like this one? I mean, the other possibility is that something's just moving and triggering that, and I'm not seeing it. Okay. Heard something move, got excited, and it was just that stupid platform in the middle. And then press this. And that just like opened up those little cubbies down below. I mean, it's just... I think the annoying part about that is that I literally could not get into that doorway because it just wouldn't frickin' let me. Okay, Whoa, what? What is this? Like, why is it like this? Alright, so that was it from over here? Yeah, okay. Why? Again, I don't know why it has to be like this. This is just kind of... this is a bit much. It's just like the least intuitive one on top of that. Okay, whatever. We made it. We got the thing, So in case you were curious, I would like to rescind my remark about this being the strongest map so far. I mean, it's good for the most part, but then you get to shit like that, and then it just becomes... I mean, nobody wants to deal with that. That took so long for no good reason. Awesome. This is exactly what I had in mind. Lost souls. More lost souls. Alright. Let's grab this. And are you serious? Just couldn't help yourself, could you? You just had to put... in the secret area with this health, you had to put a specter there, didn't you? Didn't ya? You knew what you were doing. You did this on purpose. Yeah, and not gonna lie, the whole shotgunning Kakos thing is getting a little bit tedious. Alright, so that's an exit switch right there. In a secret area. Okay, I guess let's see what's over here. Yeah, that's cool. Very useful weapon, thank you. Ugh. I mean, I guess it would have been useful in that specific instance. But still. Alright. It kind of reminds me of Lost Episodes, whichever that one was that I just played recently. Well, I mean, I played it a little longer ago. I've basically been a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to that series, surprisingly. Mostly because it's actually a lot of fun to play those on Nightmare. It's weird. Okay, one more enemy. And a bunch more items. There's the enemy. There's the bastard. And that's another exit switch. Hold on, which map did this replace again? E3M1. Okay, so it's not going to be like a secret. Oh, okay, let's go. And maybe it is. I don't know. Not that it would do anything. Oh, well, whatever. We'll just hit the switch. Yeah, there we go. Whew, that was episode 1. Done, and all that good stuff. That's a long video. Alright, so that was episode 1 of D-Zoned 100. Yeah, episode 2 is going to be actually a episode replacement that was just kind of there. I didn't have to really do anything with it aside from copy and paste the map lumps in there. So that's going to be the next thing we have to look forward to, I suppose. What's that called? Pone? P-O-N-E? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was PYRAMID.WAD. So yeah, that was episode 1. It's quite a wild mix of maps, I'd say. But if you're interested in playing through this one, as I have it laid out, I have a download link in the description below with the WAD. That includes the music replacements and the UMAP info lump in it. So essentially what you're seeing here is what you're going to get. But I believe that is all. Thank you very much for watching this particularly long episode. And look forward to a lot more D-Zone stuff coming up. So, actually 2 weeks of this stuff. Tuesdays and Thursdays, of course. And I imagine the videos aren't going to get much shorter than this. So, yeah, feel free to use those timestamps judiciously. But, as I said, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.